the first lecture on Hebrew. The Hebrew language can be difficult to learn. However, we can read Hebrew if we become familiar with the 22 consonants and a few letters. At this time, we will familiarize ourselves with the Hebrew alphabet. We have not yet learned Hebrew, but there are Hebrew words that we know of. There are words in the English Bible that are pronunciations of Hebrew words. King David of Israel is spelled David. In English, the name David has two syllables, day and vid. Day is an open syllable. Vid is a closed syllable. We will study open and closed syllables more closely next time. Hebrew words and sentences are read from right to left. Vowels are written under consonants. The word David is written in Hebrew in the following way. The letter D of the English alphabet is a consonant. V and D are also consonants. Here, the word is purposely written from right to left, as Hebrew words are written. The vowels are written under the consonants. Let's then look at the Hebrew consonants for the English letters V and D. You will see the Hebrew alphabet for the English letter D. Now let's write the Hebrew vowel for the English vowel A under the consonant. In Hebrew, it is pronounced David. Please read along, David. In the same way, let's write another word we know, amen. Let's write the English word amen in Hebrew from right to left. Let's spell this out in Hebrew. Then let's add the vowels to the consonants. This is read Amen. Amen. Now let's learn the Hebrew alphabet. Please memorize the consonant shapes, names, and phonetic values of each letter. Read Aleph. Please read along. Aleph. This is called Aleph, and it is a silent syllable. It can be pronounced, but it is almost silent. Next, bet. Please read along. Bet. The sound of this vowel is like the letter B of the English alphabet. When this vowel is pronounced softer, it sounds like the letter V of the English alphabet. Next, Gimel. Please read along. Gimel. The sound of this vowel is like the letter G of the English alphabet. Next, Dalet. Dalet. Please read along. Dalet. The sound of this vowel is like the letter D of the English alphabet. Next, He. Please read along. He. The sound of this vowel is like the letter H of the English alphabet. Next, Wow. Please read along. Wow. The sound of this vowel is like the English letter V. It sounds like wow or vav. Next, Zain. Please read along. Zain. This sounds like the English letter Z. Zain. Next, Het. Het. Please read along. Het. This sounds more like K than H of the English alphabet. Next, Please read along. Tet. The sound of this consonant is similar to the letter T of the English alphabet. Next, yod. Yod. Please read along. Yod. The sound of this consonant is like the English letter Y. Next, kapu. Please read along. Kapu. The sound of this consonant is like the English letter K. Next, lamed. Lamed. Please read along. Lamed. The sound of this consonant is similar to the English letter L. Next, mem. Mem. Please read along. Mem. Mem. This consonant sounds like the English letter M. Next, noon. Noon. Please read along. Noon. The sound of this consonant is like the English letter N. Next, samek. Samek. Please read along. Samek. The sound of this consonant is like the English letter S. Next, ayin. Ayin. Please read along. Ayin. This consonant is silent and is pronounced in any particular way. Next, pe. Pe. The sound of this consonant is like the English letter P. Next, chade. 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 This consonant sounds like TS in English. Next, kop. 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 The sound of this consonant is like the English letter Q. Next, resh. Resh. The sound of this consonant is like the English letter R. Resh. Next, sheen. Sheen. Please read along. Sheen. Sheen. The sound of this consonant is like SH in English. Next, sin. Sin. When the dot is on the left, it is pronounced sin. The sound of this consonant is like the English letter S. Next, Tao, Tao, Tao. This consonant sounds like the English letter T. Now let's familiarize ourselves with the order of how these consonants are written. First, Aleph. Draw a diagonal from the top left to the bottom right. Next, draw a line from top to bottom on the right, and draw another line from top to bottom on the left. This is Aleph. Next, let's look at the order of how Bet is written. First, draw a curved line like this, and then draw a horizontal line. Please follow along. Bet. Third, Gimel. Gimel. Draw a line from top to bottom, then draw a small line below it. This is Gimel. Gimel. Next, Dalet. Draw a horizontal line, then draw a vertical line down from the end of the horizontal line. This is Dalet. Next, let's see the order of how He is written. First, draw a line, and second, draw a vertical line like this. Please remember that there is some space between them. Next, Wow. Wow. The printed letter can look like this. However, when writing it by hand, it is acceptable to draw just a vertical line. Next, Zayin. Zayin. First, draw a short horizontal line and then a long vertical line. Please follow along. Zayin. Next, Het. First, draw a line, and second, draw two vertical lines. This is different from He in that the horizontal and vertical lines touch each other so that there is no space between the lines. Next, Tet. First, draw a line and write it at once. This is Tet. Next, Yod. Yod. Yod is spelled like this. Yod is spelled smaller than the other letters. Please follow along. Yod. Next, kapu. Kapu is drawn in one stroke as if drawing an oval. When kap comes at the end of a word, which is sometimes called sophete, it has a tail-like appearance. It will look like this. The order of how it is written is 1 and 2. Next, lamed. Please read along. Lamed. Lamed is written from top to bottom. Next, mem. First, draw a vertical line like this. Next, draw a square. Mem also has a different form when it is the last letter of a word. When it comes at the end of a word, its shape changes. Mem looks like this. This is first, and this is second. Next, noon. Noon is written in the following way. This can be written in one stroke. Noon too has a different form when it comes at the end of a word. This is noon sophete. This can be written in one stroke. Next, samek. Samek is also written in one stroke. Next, ayin. First, draw a diagonal line from right to left. Next, draw a small stroke here. Please follow along. Ayin. Next, pe. To write pe, first draw a circle, then draw a small line like this. This is pe. Pe also has a sophete form. First, draw a line like this, and then this. First, second, third. This is the sophete form. Next, chade. Start with 1 dot and 2. 1, 2. Chade too has a sophete form. The sophete form is written like this. First, start with this and then this. Next, 코프, 코프. To write 코프, first draw a curved line and then draw a vertical line. Please follow along. 코프. Next, resh, resh. To write resh, draw a roundish circle from left to right. Next, sin or shin. First, draw a circle and then draw a line down the middle. Next, put a dot on the upper right. This is sin. Next, shin. Shin is written in the same way as sin. Draw a circle, draw a line down the middle, and put a dot on the upper left. Lastly, tau. Tau is written in the following way. This is read tau. Tau. We will wrap up the Hebrew consonants and study Hebrew vowels. The first Hebrew vowel is pata. Pata. Pata is marked in this way. This vowel sounds like the English letter A. It has the same phonetic value as A. Next, kamet. Kamet. Please read along. Kamet. This sounds like the long A in English. Next, hirek. Hirek. Please read along. Hirek. Hirek sounds like the English letter I. Next, chere. Please read along. Chere. Chere sounds like the English letter E. It is the long E sound. Next, shegol. Please read along. Shegol. Shegol sounds like the English E. It is the short E sound. Next, holem. Holem. The vowel holem is marked on top of the consonant. It has an O sound. Holem has a short O sound. Next, kibbutz. Please read along. Kibbutz. It sounds like the English letter U. Kibbutz has a short U sound. Next, shewa. Shewa. Please read along. Shewa. Shewa has a soft E sound. It is pronounced softly like U and A. Shewa is separated into two. There is the vocal shewa, which has a sound. It has a sound. Next, the silent shewa. The silent shewa is marked, but it is not pronounced. Now let's see how the vowels are used in words, and let's read them. Let's look at Adam in Hebrew. Kamet is put under Aleph and Dalet. This is read Adam. Adam. Next, let's study how pata is used. David's wife Bathsheba. The following are the vowels in the word. Pat, she, ba. Pata makes the A sound. Shegor makes the E sound. Pata at the end also has the A sound. Next, let's read a word with hirek. Mitzrayim, Mitzrayim. Let's look at the vowels here. Please read along. Mitzrayim. Hirek makes the E sound. There is a shewa here. Shewa is not pronounced. We will study how to separate them when we study syllables. Pata here is pronounced like the English ah. Next, Hirek has the E sound. Mitzrayim. Next, let's read the word chere. Sanherib. The following vowels are in the word. Pata makes the ah sound. Chere makes the e sound. Hirek makes the e sound. It is pronounced Sanherib. In some cases, it is pronounced a. It would then be Sanherib. Next, let's look at a word with shegor. Let's look at the word Bathsheba. Bathsheba. Shegor makes the e sound. We read it as Bathsheba. Next, let's look at a word with holem. Holem. Let's look at Boaz, who is in the book of Ruth. Let's add vowels to the consonants in Boaz. First, holem, which is pronounced bo in Boaz. Bo, a, z. Boaz. Next, let's look at a word with kibbutz. Caleb's father, Zephaniah. Let's add the vowels. Shewa is a vocal shewa, so it would be J. Kibbutz is used, which would be fun. Shegel is used, which would be nay. Noon is used twice. There is a dagesh forte, which shows that it is repeated. It is read ze, f, ne. Next, let's see how shewa is used. Canaan, the land where God's people entered. Let's see how Canaan is written. Let's add vowels to the consonants. We would use the vocal shewa here, which would make an e sound. It would be a soft e. Kanan. Lastly, let's look at an example with a silent shewa. Let's look at Mitzrayim again. Mitzrayim is Egypt. Let's add vowels to Mitzrayim. We discussed that there are open syllables and closed syllables. Open syllables refer to syllables that end with vowels. Closed syllables refer to syllables that end with consonants. The first syllable in Mitzrayim is mem chade, which is a closed syllable that ends with a consonant. Next, the second syllable is resh and patah. Lastly, the syllable with yod, hirek, and mem. The first syllable is a closed syllable. The second syllable is an open syllable. The third syllable is a closed syllable. Like this, if a word ends with a closed syllable, the shewa on the last consonant becomes a silent shewa. We will study open and closed syllables more closely in our next lecture. And with this, we will conclude the first lecture. Thank you.